Hello guys, another day in Rusty Invention Workshop. Very welcome. Still working on the old Myford lathe. First of all, thank you for all the subscribers, the likes, people who watch this regular and people who watch this maybe once off. I even appreciate that. Thank you for all of you. I really appreciate all of that. Okay, so on the bench we have a huge mess. The apron is cleaned up and painted. The saddle painted, same cleanup, and the lathe is just in bits, it seems. And the old cross slide, I've got a longer cross slide that I want to fit here. I've got spares and all sorts here. I struggled a little, I couldn't find in my searches Gibbs for the long cross slide. However, I've noticed, you guys who don't know what a Gibbs is, it's this little piece of metal. This is for the saddle. It basically is the piece of metal you tighten up to get a nice and even fitting to slide on. Okay, what I was saying, I've watched quite a few videos on people making Gibbs and stuff because I couldn't find anything, and I believe it's in this parcel, piece of brass, that I can hopefully make the this tube here. It's quite a long piece, so I'll have spares for a future project. Maybe even a bit of steam engine pieces are falling all over the place. A piece of brass that I could probably shape into the shape into a shape, a piece that I need to make the Gibbs. And this is the new cross slide. It's got all the tightening nuts, Gibbs screws in it, as well as the locking nuts, which is good, very good. I've got a few new new screws as well as nuts to try and reduce slop, play, backlash is probably the word the clever people use, to reduce that, so that you can get a better cut without too much movement, as well as if you set it into a position that it sort of stays in that position. Okay, so I need to take all of the tape off. I need to assemble this lot. Another thing that I've got, I don't know, in the last episode you have seen my concern about the half nuts. The old ones, you can see maybe the angle on the half nuts, and this was given to me by Mr. Ashwash. The angle is, I don't know where he got it from, and I'm very grateful that he's given it to me. However, that angle is weird, and it's not gonna I don't want to scratch this saddle now. It's not gonna work nice in here. However, it should work, but it's not gonna, you see that V there, it's not gonna, or Z or whatever you want to call it, that's not gonna fully interface connect there. So it would work, but it would only grip on the uttermost ends. So I mean, it will work. However, I have ordered new ones, and that arrived. I need to check, and they got the screws in there. Let me open it. There's one out already. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing because I need two hands for this. There's the new ones. You can straight away see that angle is different. If I look at that, that's a lot better. Yeah, that seems to be good. What I need to check also is the thread on the lead screw, and that locks in there without, sorry, there's other stuff in the way, without any visible play. So I'm quite happy with that. Try the other one. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So the threads in that is good. The lead screw threads seems to be a little bit dirty to start with, so there's stuff in the way and I'm dropping pieces everywhere. The lead screw's dirty, but it seems in very good condition. I'm very glad for that. So I think I'm going to use these. My idea for today is assemble all the parts that I can I need to remember how I took everything apart first of all, and you know, go in reverse, putting everything back together. It's a shame I can't just rewind on the camera and then it just appeared as fully assembled. You can see the paint runs here. That's alright, that's at the bottom anyway, but at least it's fully covered in paint. There's actually a bit of excess paint I need to clean off. Where's my finger? There it comes out. I need to clean off a bit of paint on the surfaces that I don't really want paint on. That's alright, I can do that, as you know, as well as all of the rest. Okay, so I'm going to set you up, start doing that. So you're on a tripod again. You can see on the back face there is paint runs everywhere. This camera thing is a bit weird. There's paint runs everywhere. Just need to clean that up a little, as well as the faces that will actually connect to something that needs cleaning up. This face especially, because that goes underneath the saddle, and probably the same on the bottom of the saddle. So that fixed on there, and you know, the cleaner faces you got, the less chance of vibrations and everything. You want a good surface between the parts. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get a bit of a, just not a bit of a, I'm gonna get a blade out, a little carpet knife blade, and start scraping all of that clean. I might take a a file or a sander later to it. As you might probably know, I'm a carpenter in my normal work, and somebody at work saw my videos, my other work, this work, and said to me, Mr. Rusty, he thinks I should be Mr. Dusty. I thought it's quite funny. I like a bit of banter. Anyways, so I'm just, and this is a nice new sharp lathe, I'm just cutting all of the surfaces, cutting all the paint really off, scraping, not really scraping, I don't want to ruin the surface, I just need it clean. Okay, so that's that. So guys, I've got the Myford manual, and then around the center I paged through it, a lovely old book. I got it with the lathe. So right in the middle you go to apron reservoir. I don't know if you can see that, I'll read it actually for you. That's the only thing that I can find on this lathe, on well in this book on it. Anyway, apron reservoir, use the oil gun. Okay, this supply is distributed to the hand wheel, rack and pinion side shafts, also feeds the reduction gear. So from that I seem to think that it needs oil rather than grease that was in there. So I'm going to show you apron saddle, and there it's in front of the I don't know if you can see it. There is a nipple, it looks like a grease nipple right in front on top of the hand wheel, and that is supplying everything with oil. However, I think I'm gonna fill it up with oil just before I assemble it. It's not saying what type of oil. Now I know there's a lot of people that say use this, use that. I've got Myford oil that yeah, it's just here in a bottle, but I think gearbox oil is gonna be the ideal thing for this little gearbox. So I think I'm going to use that. I think I need to seal that surface up, seeing as there will be oil in there. Okay, I don't have gaskets. I might just use, and I don't know how good this will seal on there. It's open on the top where the gear pokes through. I don't think that's gonna matter. a little bit of oil leakage is not going to bother me. From looking at it with my eyes, seems like this surface is joining up nicely. I don't know if I got a bit of gasket seal. I haven't thought of ordering anything, so I'll go and have a look, see if I can find something. The gasket seal is probably in the other tool store with my mechanical tools, and well, it's probably solid. Anyways, I'll go and have a look. Okay, so I've made up rather crude gasket. I don't have any RTV or whatever that seal and stuff. I don't have any of that. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of oil on a shaft, rub it in nicely. Now I think this shaft sits there, and that is spinning in there, no play there. I like that. The other shaft, do the same. And there's a little bit for reach there. I don't think it's going to bother me much. I'll just actually put that shim in there beforehand, because that's going to catch on a gear. Push that in. Whoop. And that's it. There's not really any backlash. Well, a little. I quite like that. Okay, that's as far as I remember what the gearbox would consist of. So on this surface, I'll just put a dab of oil. That's where the new gasket will run. I've already cut the gasket over here. That's where the bearing runs. I think I'm gonna cut that piece out. Same on this side. It's my luck, I'll just cut the thing in half. Okay, yeah. That is exactly what I said about my luck. I've had it upside down. Not to worry, I don't believe in luck. The top end is open anyway, so it's not going to matter much. I want a little bit of oil on there. You'll see the blue. I've tried to mark the gasket with just transferring a bit of, not marker blue or marker pen, and that didn't really work. So that goes on there like that, and then this cap goes on there like that. Okay, seems to be okay. Now there is a bit of backlash there. I wonder if it's going to affect me much. I don't know, but you know, that's solid there. I haven't even clamped it down. Now I've got a fair amount of Allen key bolts, and I hope these are the right ones. Not totally sure. I'm sure it is these. Okay, I'll grab the Allen key and then fix the whole lot together. Okay, so I've got that in there. I've adjusted the handle so there's no play sideways. There's no discernible play between the gear actually. There is very little play between the gear and the handle, these two gears, so I'm quite happy with that. I'll just put a bit of oil on the moving surfaces. That's not going to hurt anything, and it's actually going to help it a little, and that is just beautiful. I quite like that. Okay, well, that's already improvement. Next up is the half nuts. Now these came with them screws, which I'll take out for now. To assemble it, I believe you need to take it out. They're only in there loose anyway. These are brand new half nuts, so good. I don't know if it goes in any specific order. Let's see, I can't remember. Yeah, I think you got more space on the top, so I think the long one goes on top. Looking at this, so hopefully, otherwise I need to redo it. I won't be surprised. It usually happens with me. Yeah, so short one. Now the long one goes on the bottom, I believe. Looking at this, because otherwise, yeah, long one on the bottom. Okay, towards the bottom. I want again. I have cleaned these surfaces up. Just put a bit of oil on there. Long one on the bottom. Lovely. And then put that screw back in. Guys, I'm sorry if there's a little bit of sound effects there. I'll try not to let it rip, but seems like my stomach is a little bit gassed up. Okay, so next up I've got a tiny little gips strip, and of course that needs oil. I don't know why I'm shaking it. So oil is thin enough to run wherever you want it. Now I need to try and remember which of these Gibbs nuts goes where. Seems like I've got some spares. Yeah, okay. I'll use these. I think the bottom one, bottom of the saddle, this goes straight in. Now that's a flathead screwdriver, and then you got a locking nut there. Now everything is oiled up, so my hand slip easy on the screwdriver. Just to prove that, you know, just show you, actually I do run the taps and die in this. Sorry guys, it's actually, I've bought 2 sets of taps and dies, and there was a BSF set that I used. I got confused with most of these bolts and nuts is with size. Now I don't want it too tight. Oh, actually, don't get confused either. The back one, the nut runs at an awkward spot, so if you don't get it quite right, you can't, except if you take the nut off all the way, you're probably going to struggle a little. Let me get the back one in first. Keeping playing with the half nuts to see when it engage. That's about it now. Okay, so that's all assembled. Last but not the least, I need to make sure, and that runs free, there's no slop, there's not really, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing, sorry guys, there's no movement. This is the counter for when you're threading. That needs going on. That sits on this end like that. If I remember correctly, there's 2 of these washer thingamagigs, the jigs or whatever, and there. Now, what bothers me a little is the stud here. It's come out of the body. That I don't like. So I think I'm gonna put Loctite on there and take a little break for the Loctite to go off, because I don't want it to get undone, especially if I want to do some threading. So I just cleaned it up a little. My hands not my hands, my hands are still oily, doesn't matter. Guys, this is running so smooth. That's incredible. I like that. And that it's got a little bit of resistance. That's what you need, because you don't want it to pop out while you're doing an action, but also very smooth. Perfect. So that's the apron done. Now, if you bear with me, it's going to be a little bit shaky. I want to assemble the apron in the sense of I want to just put the parts of the apron, the saddle together, so that for once, or for one thing, I would remember how it goes together. I don't want to put it on the lathe for now. I take the tailstock off and then clean the base off. I'll probably take the lead screw off, just so that I can put a bit of paint on it. Rack, I might take the rack off, just all the bits that I can that's not painted. So the ways, of course, that's part of it, that will have to stay, but the rest I just want to really clean it up so that I can give it a coat of paint. Yeah, well, okay. I think the saddle, I'm just gonna, like I said, do it on here. Actually, not like I said, assemble it. I confuse myself now. And you're back on the bench again. Okay. So for now, just gonna push the apron aside and bring the saddle in. Let me wipe the table a little. Just some oil on there. That gearbox oil is nice and thick, like that. It's better than the grease anyway. It seems like it's better acting than the grease is acting, so that seems to be brilliant. Okay, these are spares, bolts that came off the aprons, the apron, the old one, half nuts and all of that. I'll just keep it in the spare pile for now. Okay, where's my button gone? Button, where you at? It's gone missing, so I'll just have to use the finger. So I've got the saddle now upside down. This is the shims that was in there, really thin little plates, spacers. Yeah, just as far as I remember, there was one there and one in the back. So I'll do the same again. Just place it in there, and now you can see what I've done there when I undone the bolts, the upside down procedure that I've used. And the idea is not to fully assemble it. It will have to come apart again. It's just to keep the parts in the same spot. You know where it's supposed to be. Okay, so This is the old nut for the cross slide. I think I showed it on the last episode, not to worry. It goes in there. That's the clamp, locking clamp for the system. I'm not gonna bother fixing that on proper because it's coming off again, like I've said, just so it's there. On this side, actually on here goes the ways wipe, I suppose it's been called. A couple of tiny screws. So off camera, oops, dropping stuff again. Let me pick it up. Our little button. Off camera, I've taken the lead screw off. So over here, I have tapped the pins out. However, that seems to be quite fixed, that joint. So I'll leave it alone. I mean, it's very oily and greasy. I'll probably not do much about that. I have taken this cover off as well. It's connected there. The little plate, 2 screws, flathead screws on either side of the plate. I managed to get it out. So at the moment the lathe is pretty bare. I'm not too sure if I want to disturb the what do you call it now, the rack. I think I'm probably gonna leave it. Over here there's no play in there. I've checked that, so and them bearings are good. I had to loosen that grub screw out, tap it in a little because there was side play. That's good. I think there is a little bit of play in, I think this is a headstock, I don't know, in the shaft. And then bearings, there's a little bit of play. I'll probably just take a shim out either side, just tighten it up a little bit more. However, I don't want to take it apart too far. This is probably as much as I want to take it apart. I want to clean it out now, everything, give it a bit of paint. I'm not gonna disturb the motor or anything up here for the moment. One thing though, I'll probably make another pulley in the future so that I can put this card back on. This was the only pulley that I could make work when I put the motor on. That pulley is a bit bigger than the old one was, but I couldn't get the old one to work fine, so I used that pulley. If I can get a smaller pulley, it will mean probably that I need to make this belt a bit smaller. By the way, these belts, this one is dirty. It just seems to work better even if it's dirty. These belts are brilliant, and I want to replace the internal belt, which, as you probably can see, is very worn. I want to replace that with one of these. I think I have maybe enough left over, because I've got when I bought this I had some spares as well. I had another one that I bought that wasn't long enough, and then I bought another one, and between the leftover of this and the old one, which is, I think it was green, I should have enough to make this center belt up, which is a lot smaller anyway. Okay, clean this lot up, and then I want to paint it. I probably won't paint the back of it too much. Just want to clean it up. I want to at some stage, remember this guard. If I can just, oh, the belt is in the way of that. Let me just flip that belt to the side. Now that just slips on there like that. Like that. Okay, that'll do for now. I want to make some sort of cover up here, just to stop chips from flying in there. That is something that bothers me a lot. Although I cleaned it up not too long ago when I replaced the back gear in there, the gear cluster, it was getting chips and stuff. I had to constantly clean it up again, and again it's not clean as well as it should have been already. So I want to clean that up. The motor, I'll just lightly clean that up. I'm not too bothered about that. I'll put that metal cover on again. I'm not too sure what I want to do at the back. Probably, I've got some perspex, some big old sheets of perspex over here. The white stuff is just the film on the back of it is clear perspex 12mm. I'm thinking of putting it right back. You can't even see where my dirty fingers are. Right back. I might give the wall another coat, paint. I don't know what will stick on that grease and stuff, but you can see what happens there. I want to put that sheet probably right back, and I want it to be able to fit some of the lathe tooling on there, and I want it to be able to reach this socket better. So I'll probably have a cutout, bring it down just probably across, because at the moment the way the other one was, I had to reach in behind the sheet. Oh, there you are, guys. I just dropped you these little cameras. It's actually incredible. It's GoPro 11, I think. I don't know. It's GoPro, one of those. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, I want to put the perspex in the back, and maybe some sort of engine guard there, and something like that. But that's in the future. Yeah, let me set you up. I don't know if you want to see how I clean this up. There's grease everywhere. there's swarf, there's rubbish. I need to clear all of this tools away. I will make a mess, I know that, and that's just part of it, I suppose. Okay, so first of all, and I've got my tub of lamp oil, paraffin there, and I'll just wipe the worst off to start with, because that will just clog up everything. Get this not sealed up where the gears are, but a lot better. Let me actually wipe the table as well with this dirty paper, so that can suck it up. You know, just suck it up. Alright guys, well, I never said I'm a painter, but I have painted the cover, the mechanism, the gearbox and pulley and fan belt and all of that cover. Just noticed them covers probably need a lick of paint. Maybe another day. I spend hours in trying to get this nice, and on the end I just gotta paint it. This is looking a lot better. It's quite a thick coat of paint I got in there. That was worn badly, the old paint, painted on the back as well, up to the motor. This part of it really, especially the back, it's just dirty. It's not, the paint isn't taken so much abuse. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. So guys, like always, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a week ahead, and may God bless you. Thank you.